Summer is here, ladies and gentlemen, and the deals are aplenty. Hi, everyone. John Spano here for the Gear Radio Network to let you know that if you shop Amazon at all for anything, please consider using our link instead of using Amazon.com. Our link is shopgear.com. That's shopgere.com. Very simple, very small. But what it does is when you type that into your URL browser, it'll redirect you right to Amazon, right to your account, and you do all of the Amazon purchases that you normally would. But the difference between using my link versus using the regular Amazon link is you tell Amazon that we at Gear Network referred you, and they give us a small commission of your purchases, which goes a very, very long way to help sustain the free podcasting and help us continue to upgrade the studio as needed to continue to provide this content. So very, very easy for you to do. You use Amazon anyways. Shopgear.com. Use that redirect link just once. It'll stick to your cookies. It'll stick to your history, and you won't have to even bother using it again. Just type the letter S after you use it once. Shopgear.com will pop up. Boom. Hit enter. You're good to go. You're at Amazon. You're doing your Amazon shopping. You're getting your free 30-day trial of Prime, which gives you shipping in 2 days or less if you don't have Prime. If you do have Prime, you're still getting the benefits of it, my babies. And you're doing it, and you're helping out this small business by doing what you normally do anyways. Thank you very much, by the way, for all of the patronage that you have given us over the years using shopgear.com and for the continued use of that link from all of us here at the Gear Radio Network.
The following is a presentation of the Gear Radio Network.
Hey guys, so we have a tiny little problem. So I kind of went on a little rant on our last episode.
Little?
Okay, so it was about 25 minutes. So unfortunately, after talking with some, well, there's no other way to put this. After talking to some lawyers, unfortunately, I will not be able to release that little rant. Well, little rant, big rant. And that was like most of our episode last time. So what I'm going to give you guys right now is, pieces of the episode that we can actually air. This is actually the first time we've had to do this in nearly 7 years.
7 years. Yeah. Like, Sleazy got us into some shit. So, yeah, hopefully we'll be able to air that rant eventually. I just not at the moment. We can't do it.
Yeah, we have some significant issues in regarding to that. But we're just going to sit on it for now. Our lawyers have said not to really air it, but here's the rest of the episode, edited in all of its glory, including Stomping Ground preview. Maybe.
Well, yeah.
I mean, we taped this before the Stomping Ground pay-per-view, but at least you get to hear our actual predictions, obviously after the show, but still, they were, like I said, before the show when we actually taped it. So enjoy. What happens when you have at least 2 shows that we're supposed to review, but Sleazy could only do 1?
We're not pulling a last show where Fat Man does everything here.
Really?
We'll save the other show for next show because I have a feeling that we're gonna need to.
Well, it's a New Japan show, so it'll be 19 hours of. Oh no, it's not Kenny Omega selling anymore, or not really selling.
Selling, quote unquote.
Quote unquote. Well, let's talk about some other shows on the wrestling show. Welcome, everyone. This is Sleazy.
This is the Fat Man.
And welcome, everyone, to that wonderful new episode. It's fresh. It's like you're pulling on a banana and peeling it away.
Then you realize that it's fucking brown on the inside.
Really, truly is. Blue Smock Nancy, they're awesome. They get... Wow, I'm having a hard time today. It's so fucking hot here.
Use your words.
I can't today.
Well, okay, so it's 80 degrees outside. We're in a second floor apartment with no air conditioning. Sleazy decides to wear black shirt, and he's actually wearing shorts. Normally it's normally it's black shirt, black pants, black socks.
Jeans, usually.
But he's actually in shorts today.
Well, I mean, to be fair.
Well, anyway, Blue Smock Nancy, they're awesome. They let us use that wonderful song, Unsettling Differences. You can find them on iTunes and Spotify.
I've been doing that plug for years.
And you always fuck it up.
And yet you do it once and it's just fucking perfect. Well, Mr. Perfection, or as they would call it, Mr. Perfect.
We do not own that.
Property of WWE. They're not a sponsor of our show. But we do review their shows. Let's talk about Super Showdown. Yeah, I know.
It wasn't super.
It wasn't a showdown.
It was definitely down.
It was definitely a downer.
Okay. Universal. I didn't watch the pre-show.
There was a pre-show?
Apparently, I don't even know what was on it.
Oh, shit. Well, guess what? I didn't either.
All right. So, Universal Championship, Seth Rollins defends against Baron Corbin.
What?
The match with 11 minutes and 15 seconds. Dave Meltzer gave it an okay match for a house show, which I'm wrong.
Wow.
Because I agree. It was
right off the bat.
It was an okay match for a house show.
To be fair, I did too. So,
in my notes, but average match, nothing special. Roll up of death wins it, of course. Typical booking for WWE with a little guy versus a big guy with a roll up.
Yeah.
Lesnar tried to cash in was interesting.
It was not what I expected, but I was still let down.
The whole Heyman tripping, distracting Lesnar, and then Rollins with a low blow, and then Rollins beating the shit out of Lesnar again.
Yeah, I mean,
if it leads to that, Brock keeps trying to cash in on Rollins, and is not able to do it, and then he cashes in on Kofi. I think that actually, it makes Brock Lesnar look weak as shit, but it makes sense that Seth has his number.
Right, yeah.
If it leads to him cashing on Kofi instead, it makes sense if that's the payoff.
Well, here's my problem with all of it, is that they're going to do Lesnar versus Rollins while he's still got the title, or the Money in the Bank thing. They're going to do it.
Probably SummerSlam.
Yeah, probably. But here's the reality of it, is that you're going to sit here and justify all this booking with...
As
really?
He's dropping a...
Already dropping the mic.
See, I drop pencils. He drops mics.
Yes, because I am a mic.
No, you're not. You're sleazy.
No, I'm sleazy. But I think the problem is that they're just going to keep doing the same thing over and over and over and over and over again.
But WWE doing the same thing over and over and over again? No.
It's like fucking Groundhog Day.
No.
It really is. It really, truly is. And I'm really honestly sick of it. But yeah, okay, whatever. Let's do it again. I'll see you at Stomping Grounds. Spoiler.
Well, he's facing Corbin. Okay, so he's facing Corbin with a mystery guest referee, and
they were supposed to announce on Raw, but they didn't bother. Okay.
I didn't even watch Raw. But I guess it was. See, I don't watch.
Well, I didn't watch Raw either. I just heard about it.
Apparently, it was a good show. Apparently.
Yeah. Okay.
According
to who?
John Canton, Brandon Stroud, the internet.
Because they fucked up so much over the last couple of weeks?
Probably. Anyway, again, speaking online, got an argument with people online. People are like, oh, if Corbin picks Lesnar, that'd be like the perfect choice for the guest referee. I'm like, no, wouldn't it? That'd be the worst choice. People are like, well, why would it be the worst choice? It's just idiotic. You think it's the worst choice. So you have Brock Lesnar as your Money in the Bank winner. So what if Brock helps Corbin, and you're Baron Corbin, thinking Brock's going to help you win the title? You don't think Brock may cash in on you also?
It's stupid.
Like, why would you want the Money in the Bank winner to be your guest referee? That's just stupid.
And once again, it goes back to the whole horse shit of we got to do the same booking over and over and over again. And I can see this just being another moment of Rollins winning by accident, whether that be like the whole Vince McMahon gimmick where Rollins makes Lesnar count the 3 when he's knocked out or something.
Right.
That's where I think they would go with that if they did that. And then once again, Lesnar looks like a fucking goober. So it's no different.
Which is funny because you have Brock Lesnar looking like a goober, and Brock Lesnar doesn't normally look like a goober. Oh, you got the defective mic stand today. I normally do.
Yeah. Well, I tightened some things up.
All right, enough on that match.
Please, God, yes.
Intercontinental Championship. The Demon defends against Andre Cien Almost.
I really like this match.
It was match of the night and a walk.
Yeah.
But no crowd reaction at all. And the Demon shouldn't be having competitive matches. Like, it's Finn Balor's alter ego that gets him riled up. Why is he having... He should be... The only reason he should have the Demon out is for squash matches. So
Okay.
let's have... So it's pretty much regular Finn Balor, but in paint.
The Prince is paid for paint. Okay, God damn it. They will get their trinkets.
But I said, no crowd reaction at all.
Yeah, of course not. It's a huge fucking stadium, and half of it's not even papered. It's just empty.
I got it in News and Rumors.
Okay,
But
there you go.
It was still a good match despite the lack of character psychology and crowd response. 3 stars. Fuck, Dave Meltzer gave it 3 1/4, and it went 11 minutes and 35 seconds.
Uh-oh. I agreed with Dave Meltzer.
3 1/4?
Yeah.
Well, I gave it 3, so...
I mean, we're all close.
I mean, it was
quote unquote the best match of the night.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, yeah, but it just goes really downhill from here.
Yeah. Oh, whoops, hold on. Yeah, you hear... I'm looking through my News and Rumors because I do want to talk about something during the next match. And I passed it. There it is. Shane McMahon versus Roman Reigns?
Oh, for fuck's sake. God fucking damn it. Can we just no? Can we just nope this? Is that possible? Is that even a thing? Can we do that, please? Pretty please.
I thought I wrote it down, but maybe I didn't. Apparently,
we need to get Shane McMahon over strong.
yeah, apparently the payoff to that, according to rumors,
Oh God.
is Shane McMahon beating Kobe Kingston for the title. And guess who fucking posted that? WrestleVotes, who is always fucking wrong. Why do these news sources always go to them as a fucking thing? They're always wrong. 100% always wrong.
Because the one time they got one thing right.
And the one time they got one thing right was when, when somebody else said something online, and then they're like,
they picked it up.
And they picked it up, and they're like, oh, my sources said this too. Like, you don't have any sources. You're just quoting other people. You're quoting Meltzer. Meltzer is your source.
Well, of course. I mean, and that's the other problem with the circle jerk of wrestling dirt sheets.
Found it.
Oh, found it. Gone. Done.
Done.
But
yeah, like, it's bullshit. Like, I fucking hate, like, it just pisses me off, especially when, like, even John Canton's quoting them. I'm like, John, you're a respectable person. Why are you fucking quoting them?
Because, unfortunately, those type of headlines get clicks. And as long as your entire... And with all due respect to John and Brandon Stroud and all those guys, they're trying to make a business work. And sometimes, even if it's a far shot rumor, if they can get the clicks and they can get the ad revenue, then it's worth it to them.
I guess that's true.
But it doesn't make you look any better from a journalistic standpoint. But this is professional wrestling. Come on. I mean, Dave Meltzer has been running shit for how many years now and has made so much money on this? And how accurate has he been? This is the man who's the king of, well, plans change, you know?
Right.
Yeah, whatever. I mean, to a lesser extent, we sit here and we talk about news and rumors as well, but we make it very clear that this was a rumor that we heard maybe fifth hand. There's very few times on this show where we have said, okay, this is something we've personally heard. We're putting it out there. You know, and usually it's times where it's like a local guy,
right,
or it's something that's locally tied to us personally. And that's when we say, okay, this is something from us. Most of the time we're getting this third, fourth, fifth, sixth hand.
And that's why we're calling it news and rumors.
Yes. But some people forget that news and rumors are two different things.
Right.
So
anyway, the match.
back to the match, the garbage match.
9 minutes, 15 seconds, way too long. Fuck Dave Meltzer gave it 1.5 stars. I give it 3/4 of a star.
Okay, so I actually will defend Meltzer, even though I'm absolutely wrong because I'm closer to Meltzer than you are. I gave it a star and 3/4, but I loved the only good thing about the match was the finish. I actually thought the smoothness of the transition from the Claymore from Drew was perfectly spot on. Absolutely perfect. The timing of it was great.
The one good thing about the match is
had nothing to do with
was not in the match.
It had nothing to do with Shane McMahon.
I said bad match.
I have to give them props for that only because most of the time finishes get fucked up or they don't look as good. But that was absolutely smooth as fuck.
Yeah, I wrote bad match. Only reason Shane won was to further the feud between Reigns and Drew McIntyre.
That's so dumb. It's so fucking dumb. It really is. God damn.
3-on-1 handicap match, Lucha House Party versus Lars Sullivan.
This is week 4 of them doing the same match?
Lars Sullivan won by DQ in 5 minutes and 15 seconds. Fuck, Dave Meltzer gave it a dud, which means I'm wrong, because I also gave it a dud. Nothing more than a squash match, stupid ending in a DQ. I'm like, Lars Sullivan's been crushing them the whole time. What's the point in changing that booking?
I don't know, because they're Lucha House Party. Yeah. We have to do 50-50 booking on a 3-on-1 match.
Right.
And he gets his win back like 5 times after this.
It's amazing.
I think the next week on Raw they're doing another one, aren't they?
I have no clue.
I feel like they are. It's been the same Raw show for years now.
Triple H versus Randy Orton. This match went 25 minutes and 45 seconds. Fuck, Dave Meltzer gave it 2.25. I gave it 2.5. Longest match of the night by 14 minutes.
Because it's
Triple H.
Triple H.
Longest match of the night. Average man.
Now keep in mind there was a 50-man battle royal on this show, and this went 25 minutes.
Right. Average match at best. At least the right person won.
Yeah, because who needs to be put over?
I'm sorry, it was the longest match by 6 minutes. Because at the time, there was no time. I actually had to time the Battle Royal by myself because there was no time online.
Oh, really?
But still, longest match by a match.
By an entire match.
Like I said, average match, right person won. Nothing really say about it. Nothing.
Well, yeah, but come on. It's a Randy Orton Triple H match that they haven't had before, obviously. It's the first time they've ever done that. Yeah.
Braun Strowman versus Bobby Lashley?
What the fuck? I don't actually know what happened to that. I got up, got myself a drink, went to the bathroom, didn't really care, stared out the window, came back, and the Battle Royal was starting to come out.
Match with 8 minutes and 20 seconds.
Wow, that was 8 minutes? Holy shit.
Fuck, Dave Meltzer gave it 3 3/4 stars. I gave it 1.25. Bad boring match that didn't pick up until the final 2 minutes.
I'm glad I skipped it.
Because fuck you.
Yep.
WWE Championship. Kofi Kingston defends against Dolph Ziggler. Fuck, Dave Meltzer gave it 2.5 stars. I'm wrong. I also gave it 2.5 stars. A match with 10 minutes, 15 seconds. Average match should have been and could have been way better than it was.
Didn't watch it.
It was an average match. Just an average match.
That was 20 minutes of my life that I got to keep? Sweet.
And then we have the 51-man Battle Royal.
Yeah, because fuck you.
Match with 17 minutes and 53 seconds. Fuck, Dave Meltzer gave it 2 stars. I'm wrong again. Me and Meltzer have agreed a lot on the show. Because I also gave it 2 stars. One by the local guy was a Mansour, or whatever the fuck his name is.
I don't even know.
Terrible idea for a Battle Royal. Nobody can do anything for the first 3/4 of the match.
And yet they were still doing spots. They were doing spots when like the first minute into the actual match. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? You're going to get somebody hurt by doing.
When the crowd thinned out, the action got better. Just like every single battle royal
ever.
The Mansar winning was a surprise, but not really because it's a Saudi Arabia show, and he's the only guy from Saudi Arabia in it.
Well, I was like, I hate to be all racist and everything, but isn't Mustafa Ali from that area too?
I guess.
Well,
I don't know.
Why not him?
I don't know.
I mean, great that you're putting over an NXT guy, but really? I mean, I guess it could have been worse. It could have been Braun Strowman again. I think the best part of the entire match was the huge pop. This was like pop of the night was to Titus O'Neil for being able to get into the ring. I'm like, what the fuck is this show?
Yeah. Apparently it was like 101 degrees in the ring too. And then you add all that body heat.
Oh my God. I could only imagine how
you're already fucking sweating bullets right now.
Oh, you're damn fucking right I am.
He's literally sitting down and he's sweating.
Well, I peeled an orange, but that was like an hour ago.
Oh, it's the blood trigger then. All right, now the match everyone's talking about.
That was a Kevin James reference.
I don't give a shit.
And that's the end of the show, folks. So what did you give this show out of 10?
Well, we got one more match. The Undertaker versus Goldberg. Now let's talk about this shit. Match went 4 minutes and 35 seconds. Fuck, Dave Meltzer gave it a dud. I agree. I don't think the match was, even though I gave it a dud, I don't think the match was as bad as people were saying it was. And Goldberg knocking himself out was, I laughed. They should have went home right there, but they tried to go for the match. Go finish the match. Undertaker was clearly pissed. He could barely get Goldberg up for the chokeslam at the end.
Considering that was the backup plan, because they tried to do the Tombstone reverse spot for the finish.
Right.
And fucked that up, too.
Because Goldberg was like, I'm fucking knocked out. I can't do shit.
I love The Undertaker. Like, one of the greatest performers of all time. The match that happened there is on both guys. Absolutely 100%. Because both guys, granted, Goldberg knocked himself the fuck out, gigged in a match hard way. Taker dropped him on his head.
I don't think was Taker's. And now my mic stand's falling.
Ha.
That I don't think was Taker's fault. At the end, when you look at it, Goldberg released his hands too soon.
That may be the case.
And Taker was trying to hold him up while Goldberg wasn't even holding on. So Undertaker was trying to hold up dead weight because Goldberg's knocked the fuck out. So I wouldn't even say that was even Undertaker tried his best. So it wasn't. It wasn't even as bad as people like the Tombstone spot. Yeah, he dropped him on his head, but he didn't really like.
Oh yeah, he did.
He did, but
you take a look at some of the shots of it. He definitely dropped him right on his fucking head. Well, here's my problem with it, and anybody who's walked in a ring knows this. When you're performing a move on someone, it's on you to make sure they're the safest.
Right.
So if you don't think he can handle that, you shouldn't be doing the move. And Taker's been around obviously long enough that if he knew that Goldberg was knocked out to that point,
he shouldn't have tried it.
He shouldn't have tried it.
Okay. I see your point.
And the fact that he not only did that, but tried to do it again with the reverse tombstone spot says a lot about what happened there, because you've got so many different things that happened. You know that they're fucked up the match. The match is done. After you're right. After Goldberg gets busted open hard way, that match is over. Everything they do after that point is absolutely on both performers. They should have just ended the match. I know it was some sort of legend versus legend thing. I understand that the Saudi princes were there and paying for it. I understand that. But the thing is, the safety of the two guys in the ring were compromised once Goldberg got cut hard way. And that is absolutely not the way you should be doing business. I don't give a fuck if you're getting 7 figures. You have to stop the match.
Okay.
And that didn't happen.
No, you make great points there, and you're always stouting on the show wrestler safety.
Right.
Okay, so let me get this bit of news and rumors out of the way. Super Showdown drew 21,000 fans, nowhere near a sellout, which I think at the same arena last year, the Greatest Royal Rumble drew 60,000.
Mm-hmm.
But it doesn't matter. Because
it's a paid show.
WWE doesn't have to provide the tickets.
Right.
They're not paying for it. And 2, they're making $40 million on the show either way. Mm-hmm. So if there's one person in the crowd, they're making $40 million.
Right.
So it doesn't matter.
And usually that one person is the Saudi prince, to be fair.
Right. So it doesn't even matter if the show is sold out or not.
Yeah. So there's two.
Because it's not on WWE to sell out the show.
Right. And we kind of talked about this before, but just to reiterate, there's 2 types of shows out there when you're talking about professional wrestling, and this happens from the indies all the way up to WWE and everything in between. So you have a show where the promoter puts on the show, they pay for everything, they get their full end of the ticket sales and whatever, and you go through, paying the guys and everything like that. Then there's something called what's called a paid show, where somebody pays for you as a promoter to bring in the talent, bring in the ring, bring in all the goodies, the
production, the
production,
stage,
everything,
the talent,
and you get paid a flat rate. And what the venue does then is sell the tickets, and it's on them to make sure that they draw their money back one way or another. Usually you see this more often like casinos, where the casino will spend X amount of money to bring in a wrestling show, maybe even at a loss, make it a free show, but they gain it with casino revenue as an alternative. So that's where these shows end up, is that the Saudi Prince is doing it more for not necessarily to make money, obviously not, because holy shit, 40 fucking million, but more as a morale inducer, a way to show that we are part of Western influences coming into Saudi Arabia, blah, 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 horseshit like that.
Right. Not to be playing devil's advocate, there is maybe a couple reasons why it didn't sell out, because it was 1 billion fucking degrees there in June. Why even hold the show there in June? I have no clue. But it was over 100 degrees. It was on a Friday afternoon. Mm-hmm. Not many people are going to want to go to a wrestling show Friday afternoon in 100 degree heat.
100 billion degrees.
100 billion degree heat. Also, while I'm getting news and rumors out of the way with, on this show, they flew in Alexa Bliss and Natalya to try to have a match. Apparently, the Saudi government said yes, but then they said, nah, maybe not this time. It'll happen in a few years. But what the fuck?
I'm fucking magic.
The light just came on.
Yes.
Out of nowhere. It was a ghost. Anyway, but they did end up getting on the show.
As a dark match?
No.
How?
Finn Balor's little demon things?
Oh, they were the
They were
demons?
2 of them. Yeah, you can clearly tell one of them's Alexa Bliss.
I didn't even notice.
Because she was it was a small girl and she had tits. So it was clearly Alexa Bliss.
That's phenomenal.
And the other one was Natalya. She was in the back. So they ended up being on the show, but not being on the show.
But not working it. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Right.
That's really cool. I didn't know that.
Like, they flew them in. They had to use them. So.
I mean, they're getting paid no matter what, so.
Right. All right. So let's talk about from one WWE shit show to another.
Well, before you go with this, how did you love the fact that they used the word Super Showdown?
I think I talked about that last show. Like,
it's the greatest. It's the fucking greatest. They basically covered the fact that it was at Saudi Arabia, because the last time they did a Super Showdown, it was in Australia.
Right. And then at the same time, like, I was watching WWE Network, I think the night before, going to sleep, and they did a promo. It's like, live from Jeddah, Saudi Arabia. It was 10 o'clock at night the night before.
Right. But also, that same exact promo happened, but they took out the fact live from Jeddah on Raw. Because I was watching Raw that week for once.
Yeah, so a day before the show, they added it back in.
Yeah, well.
Because
I think, I don't watch enough of the WWE Network to know if that promo was happening on multiple shows. It's very possible that they were doing the live from Jeddah part on WWE Network because they owned it.
But not on USA.
Right. Where USA would be very upset about the fact that they're running it. So let's go for another shit show.
All right. News and rumors. Okay, it's Stopping Grounds. It is this Sunday, June 23rd, from the Tacoma Dome in Tacoma, Washington. Why is it in Tacoma?
Fucked if I know.
There's two reasons. One, they moved it from San Diego for some reason.
Okay.
And two, they moved it to Tacoma because they're going to be in Seattle, but they're renovating they're pretty much tore down their arena to build a new one for the new Seattle hockey team.
Which, whatever that is, I don't know.
It's an NHL expansion team. They're just rebuilding.
Okay.
They just tore down the KeyBank Arena.
Oh.
Or Key Arena.
Okay, yeah.
And then on the same spot, they're just building a new one.
Okay, cool.
So that's why it's in Tacoma instead of Seattle, because there's no arena in Seattle to run a show in.
Hey, Fat Man.
Hey, what?
How much are the tickets?
They're 2 for 1.
Wow,
they're sleazy deals.
They are sleazy deals. There's as of what was this yesterday? I read this.
I read it today, but
I know at least from yesterday. Obviously, if you read it today, then it's today that they're offering 2 for 1 deals for tickets. Literally half the building hasn't even been sold yet.
Well, and another thing is, and this is making it even worse. It was supposed to be a house show, and then they moved it to a pay-per-view. You would think, since it's a pay-per-view, ticket sales would go up. No.
Nope.
They slowed. So
they're like, well, at least we're going to have some fun at a house show. What? It's a pay-per-view now? Fuck that.
So, yeah.
What's that tell you about WWE's TV product?
Right. And most of these matches are rematches.
Of course it is. It's a rematch card.
So, Roman Reigns versus Drew McIntyre.
I wonder where we saw that.
We saw it at WrestleMania. So Drew gets his win back?
Of course.
Okay. Becky Lynch versus Lacey Evans for the Raw Women's title?
Lacey gets her win back?
Lacey gets her win back? Lacey wins the Raw Women's title?
Sure.
No, I think Becky's retaining.
I think she's going to win by DQ.
Some stupid thing?
Yeah.
Make another rematch?
Of course. We have to have a stip match.
Tony Nese versus To Be Determined, which is tonight. They'll determine it for the Cruiserweight title.
So Cedric will get his win back.
The New Day versus Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn? What?
Wait, what?
They're teaming
Dean
together?
Jericho is back? Sweet.
So that means the New Day's winning?
No, that means Sami Zayn's going to,
take the fall.
Well, I was going to say he's going to get knocked out of the match by a returning Brock Lesnar because heels got to take out heels.
Samoa Joe versus Ricochet for the U.S. title?
That's going to be nice.
If they give it time and don't fuck with it, yeah.
That's going to be a terrible match.
I think Joe's retaining.
Yeah, there's no way Ricochet's winning. It's a great spot for a nothing,
Bayley versus Alexa Bliss. Alexa Bliss. For the SmackDown Women's title?
Alexa wins, LOL?
I think Bayley's retaining.
Okay.
Seth Rollins versus Baron Corbin with a special guest referee.
That we don't know.
For the Universal title. Seth wins, LOL.
By corporate foolery.
And because we had a steel cage match last month, steel cage match for the WWE title, Kofi Kingston versus Dolph Ziggler. Kofi wins, LOL.
Dolph Ziggler wins.
You think so? No, Kofi's winning.
If they're going to do the Brock Lesnar thing, yeah, but
Kofi's winning.
It would be the moment to do Dolph Ziggler because if anyone could easily beat Kofi Kingston, everyone can beat Kofi Kingston, And Dolph Ziggler is one of those guys that's beaten Kofi Kingston multiple times. They've had a best of 27 series. So, I mean, it would be a nice ending. It would be a nice bookend to their previous feud by having Dolph win the WWE Championship.
Because he's beating him for every single title.
Right. So, I mean, it would make sense. Would they actually do it? I don't know. I would like to.
I don't think so.
There's the reality of it. It's one of those things where I would like to see it happen, but it probably won't.
Right. So we're flying through this because it's hot and we want to go.
Yes. God damn.
Because we love our fans so much. Fuck you. We're flying through this episode.
Fuck all this shit.
Okay, go ahead.
Let's.
Oh yeah, that's right. You wanted to.
Yeah, I wanted. Oh God, damn it! Why did I even want to bring this up?
Okay, let's go to news and rumors to get this day over with. Scarlett Bordeaux has officially been granted her release from Impact.
I want to book her.
Oh, so do I, if you know what I mean. And speaking of that, she got grabbed by a fan at a AAA show.
with all due respect, come on, you guys.
Goddamn fans, stop being marks.
Come on. I mean, I'm laughing about it, but it's one of those things where it's like really?
I'm reading it. Okay, so I'm not going to defend the fan at all because you never, ever should do this. But
ever.
I'm reading it's like, oh, she got touched and groped by a fan. The fan pretty much just hugged her from behind, didn't touch any of her, her tits, her ass, her pussy, nothing. He just grabbed her from behind and hugged her.
You didn't trump her?
He didn't trump her. He didn't grab her by the pussy. But anyway, never ever do that to any performer, male or female. But she wasn't groped at all. But
yeah, I saw the footage. It
wasn't as bad as what people are saying it is, but still do not ever fucking do that.
It's one, and this is kind of related to that. I don't remember who it involved. I think it was Tessa Blanchard, but don't quote me on that. Somebody got into a verbal altercation with a fan, and the fan had said something that was pretty off color. Okay. Now, I absolutely do not believe that any fan should touch a performer ever. However, I believe that it's fucking fair game, anything verbally. Absolutely anything verbally. Because...
You mean not getting their ass kicked or saying anything verbally, just talking shit to a fan?
Talking shit.
Okay. Yeah.
Talking shit
absolutely.
to the fan and having the fan interact with them.
Right.
Because that's kind of part of the show.
Right.
And yeah, there's been some pretty fucked up things that I've heard fans say. There's been pretty fucked up things fans have said to me personally. I don't care. It's a show. You're a character on a show.
Isn't it especially if you're a heel?
You working yourself into a shoot in that respect.
Right.
And it was the Bully Ray incident too.
I got that.
That also. Okay,
Let's talk. We'll talk about that right now.
Yeah.
So apparently a fan was heckling. I don't know what to call them. The beautiful people.
Wasn't it Angelina Love?
Angelina Love, Velvet Sky, and Mandy Leon. And Velvet Sky is dating Bully Ray. So a fan was heckling them. Apparently, security got the fan, had him wait in like a closet till after Bully Ray's match. And Bully Ray came in and was like, "Man, you got to clean up your language around these women, man." Like, you know, like, I guess he like came run to the fan's face, and the fan's like, okay, yes, sir, I will, or something. And that was it. Like, it was only like a 3-second conversation about how Bully Ray needs, like, you gotta stop heckling these fans. What?
Yeah.
Like, okay, maybe he may have went a little too far or something. He probably did. But at the same time,
it's a fan.
It's a fan. Why are you taking a fan? Have security take a fan. Yes, it's your girlfriend. Who fucking cares?
Yeah.
She's been in this business long enough, and she's a heel. Damn, she's a heel. So,
goddamn, pal.
And she's attractive. So if a guy's saying something to you, brush it. Like, we're in the middle of a women's revolution. Are there fucking still stupid ass marks out there that are going to fucking be like, oh man, I can't wait to fuck her ass? I want to, but still. But still, am I going to say it to her show? No. But some fan will.
Right.
So, I'm not. So, but why have security take him in there and then berate the fan?
Right. If you're gonna make an example out of them,
just kick him out of the show.
Kick him out of the show. Yeah.
Don't take him backstage.
AEW did that when they figured out that one of the people were being like homophobic or whatever, and they said that they've been banned from further shows, and that's fine. That's fine to do that, but just make sure that when you do stuff like that, you make it very clear that that's a line that's not allowed. You know what I mean? You don't cross that line when you're at this show.
Right. But at the same time, yeah, okay. But taking a fan and putting him in a room, locked him in a room, that's kidnapping. That is fucking kidnapping.
Yeah, it's unlawful imprisonment.
And ROH apparently even releases saying that, oh, well, we fucked up. Like, we were not professional. Like, but I don't think ROH really knew about it until after the incident happened.
Oh, I'm sure they didn't, because they released a statement before saying, well, I don't know what's going on here. We'll investigate.
And then after they investigated, the release is like, well,
oops, shit.
So that's, yeah. So, you know, did Bully Ray step a line? Yes. Did the fan step a line? Probably. Yeah. But if that was not Velvet Sky, I guarantee you Bully Ray would not have done that.
Oh, absolutely not. That was purely a
that's my girlfriend.
I hate to say it, a face-saving maneuver. But I mean, in the grand scheme of this business, and of all people who should know that, fucking Bully Ray should. Mr. Almost gets killed on a nightly basis when he was working the fans in EC fucking W. So that the ultimate hypocrisy of him doing it, of all people, it just is, it's stunning.
Yeah. Let's move on. I guess Harvard Business School will offer a course featuring a WWE case study.
For what?
I have no clue.
Just a random.
Just a random.
That
case.
Was totally random.
Like I guess it's pretty much just a case study on WWE.
Okay, cool.
Good for them.
Question mark.
Right. AEW will crown their first tag team champions at a tournament when they go on TNT.
That's cool. That was off of the Steve Austin show, wasn't it?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, by the way, Tony Khan was on the Steve Austin show. That's where that's
okay. So I've never heard of these people, but Gable Stevens and Dylan Martinez, their WWE prospects, were arrested for sexual misconduct. All right, the September pay-per-view for WWE will now be called Clash of Champions instead of Hell in a Cell, and they moved that pay-per-view from Atlanta to Charlotte.
Because Clash of Champions should be in Charlotte and should be a house show like the last one.
Probably what happened is probably conflicted with some... Wait, it's in September. No, well, I don't know. I don't know why. Whatever. I don't know.
Fucking MCW was running a big show that weekend, so they sided against it.
Since we haven't done rumors in like news rumors 2 months, I only went back 2 weeks because fuck going back 2 months worth of shit.
Oh, God, no. Yeah.
So Eli Drake, I don't know if we talked about this, is officially a free agent now.
So it wasn't a work.
It was not a work.
I'm actually pretty surprised that it wasn't a work. Although to see Scarlett basically, because the point was, or the rumor was, I guess, was that Eli didn't want to job to Scarlett.
Tessa.
I thought it was Scarlett.
Tessa
then that makes no sense at all.
Tessa Blanchard.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Then why the fuck are they doing the whole Scarlett thing? Intergender thing with Scarlett?
They're not. She got released.
Well, yeah, now they are, but at the Rebellion show, they had the intergender.
Probably because that's what the long-term bookie was, and plans changed since Crown Jewel, that was the plan.
Yeah, of course it was the plan since Crown Jewel. Fucking A.
Mickie James tore her ACL.
Ah, damn.
A lot of people are tearing ACLs. Maybe I should do it. Seems like the hip thing to do.
Who just tore... Oh, that was a basketball thing. Never mind.
Yeah, Klay Thompson. DJZ.
No, Kevin Durant.
No, that was his Achilles.
Oh, that was the Achilles one?
Klay Thompson tore his ACL.
Okay. You know, here's a funny story. I actually was watching the NBA Finals, Game 5 and part of Game 6.
Shit, I wasn't.
Wow.
DJZ will be known as Joaquin Wilde in NXT, and Shane Strickland will be Isaiah Scott.
Good for them. Weren't they in some sort of tournament? Or they're doing a tournament now on NXT with them.
Probably, I'm not sure.
I think it's like a prospect tournament type thing.
Oh, like the ROH's top prospect tournament?
Pretty much.
So, you know how Dave Meltzer likes to suck
New Japan?
Well, AEW's dick now.
Yeah, because fucking...
They're the second best promotion after only running one show.
Right.
He is touting that AEW did 71,000 buys for Double or Nothing in the U.S., while WrestleMania only did 41,000 or 64,100
buys
in the U.S. So AEW's better than did better than WrestleMania. So he's touting that, saying that AEW's better. WWE Network, you fucking mark.
I mean, really? That's now. Keep in mind that I thought the buy rate was supposed to be close to 95,000.
Meltzer said between 95,000 and 120,000. That's kind of a big fucking difference.
Yeah,
anywhere between them. But in the U.S., it was 71,000, I guess.
So there might have been like UK buys and
shit
like that. So we're talking worldwide buys.
Plus, don't forget that also you got. Well, it was on Bleacher Report too, I guess.
Yes.
Okay, so
it was on Bleacher Report. It was on Fight. Was it on Powerbomb? No, it wasn't on Powerbomb. Although it's not called Powerbomb anymore. It's independentwrestling.tv. Speaking of which, you need to get that. It's only $10 a month or $100 a year. And you get access to 400 fucking promotions. That's not a paid sponsorship, by the way. That is just a fucking fact, and you should absolutely get it.
Speaking of Bleacher Report and AEW, Fighter Fest will be streaming live for free on Bleacher Report.
Sweet. I'll be watching that.
Me too. John Cena is considering, quote unquote, retiring from wrestling.
Okay. Now, are we doing a Terry Funk retirement where he comes back after a year when the Saudis say, come on back?
So, an Undertaker retirement. Or Goldberg retirement.
Goldberg retirement. For sure, a Goldberg retirement.
He'll be back for a couple more matches, I think.
Oh, I'm sure. I don't doubt that his full-time in-ring career is completely over.
It's done. Because he just got cast. He just got cast in the Fast and Furious franchise too.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
so he'll be banking money even if the movie sucks, which most of them do. I don't know how they keep making fucking movies
because the fucking Rock's in them.
Like I don't understand. Like they sucked. Like the first one was good.
They spun off the fucking series with the Rock. I mean, like what?
I don't know. I just don't like them. They're just. I don't know. Some of the I know it's a movie.
The first one was decent, and that was it.
Like. Some of the fucking spots on those movies are like, are you fucking serious?
Are you seriously?
Are you sure that a fucking car can fly in the air, hang up there for 20 seconds, The Rock fly out, get on the plane, get bad guys, and fly back into the car? Fuck you. I don't know if that was real, but it seemed like that was.
You know it's fake, right?
It's a work.
Shout out to Josh Jenner.
Shane Spears, a.k.a. Ty Dillinger, has officially signed with AEW.
Good for him.
I called that. You said Impact. I win.
Yep, absolutely. I mean...
He's best friends with Cody Rhodes. Like, it literally wrote on the wall what he was doing. Come on. The shit books itself.
It fucking books itself. What the hell are you doing?
Apparently, Lars Sullivan suffered a knee injury, but will have an MRI done. But was he on Raw?
Oh, no!
No, was he on Raw?
I don't know.
Oh, shit.
I don't know this week.
All right.
I was only making jokes that it was the same 3-on-1 match.
Oh. Impact has new rules for its wrestlers.
Oh, God. Here we go.
Only wear officially licensed Impact Wrestling shirts, even if you make your own shirts on the indies and sell them, because, some people can still have indie bookings from Impact, like Charlotte with the Triple A and stuff. You only have to wear the Impact ones. You can't wear your own.
Even on indie shows?
Even on indie shows.
That can't, obviously, that's unenforceable. That is so unenforceable. Go ahead. Sue me.
AEW All Out sold out in 30 minutes.
They claim 15.
I heard 30. I didn't hear 15.
According to Cody Rhodes' Twitter, it was 15 minutes.
I know Double or Nothing sold out in like 15, but I heard...
The All Out.
This is from Meltzer.
So... Wow, then that must be gospel.
It must be, yeah.
But Cody Rhodes, according to Cody Rhodes' Twitter, they sold out in 15 minutes.
What are you billed as in your height again?
5'11"?
And I mean, on a show,
1.5 cruiserweights?
Wrestlers lie. That's where
Really, you don't say.
That's what I was getting at.
You don't say.
This may be a good sign. WWE is looking to hire a new full-time writers for the creative team.
Ladies and gentlemen, Joe Jimson from fucking Young and the Restless.
Rey Mysterio says that Andre Cien Almost is definitely the future of WWE.
He is. He is their Latin future.
I'm going to save that for last because I want to laugh. Sasha Banks has begun doing some promotional work for WWE after she met with Vince McMahon last week. She will rumorly, supposedly, cover my own ass, return sometime during the summer.
Wow, that is a lot of cover your own ass.
I mean, if she's doing promotional work for WWE and she wasn't before, she's coming back.
Well, if her contract requires her to do so, then
that's true.
She has to do it. Then she has to do it.
But if she's not coming back, then it's going to freeze her contract.
Not necessarily, because if she's dealing with everything in her contract and they choose not to bring her on TV to work shows and give her extra money, so they force her to do her downside guarantee, they can very well do that. In fact, they've done it before. In fact, they do it multiple times when they do contract negotiations. All of a sudden, the Good Brothers are sitting on the sidelines for weeks on end because they haven't signed their new contracts yet.
And then they get squashed on Raw in 2 minutes. I didn't know that.
Yep.
So there's a rumor that Brian Cage was supposed to be in the Battle Royal at Double or Nothing.
Okay.
He's exclusive to Impact, and he didn't clear it with them.
Oops.
Before the event, AEW officials called Don Callis to see if Cage could work a Battle Royal. Callis says no, because he didn't want their world champion to be in and lose a Battle Royal that's on a pre-show. I kind of agree with him.
I have to as well. I mean, they're not. It's not like New Japan where if you're the IWGP champion, you're going over in the main event of every other non New Japan show you're on, or you're not getting booked there. But I mean, I agree with that.
Right. So do I.
So
when I read it, I'm like, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, you can't.
I mean, and Don is, Don knows his shit. So
okay. Here's what I want to talk about.
Oh God.
According to Fuck Dave Meltzer.
Oh Jesus Christ.
The amount of talent who wants to leave WWE to AEW will, quote, blow your mind.
He's a goddamn mark. I'm fucking.
Meanwhile, Mike and Maria Callis just signed a new 5-year deal with WWE.
Really? It's like. Okay. I don't even know where to begin on that. Of course, there's going to be guys that don't want to be in WWE anymore. Of course not. That's a fucking given. Especially when there is a major alternative that's not working 300 fucking dates a year, and it's for potentially 6 to 7 figure money. Of course, you want to take a look at that option. What the fuck wouldn't you?
Right. Also, there's about 50 members on the roster. They're going to have a weekly TV show. How many? And they said they really don't want to sign WWE cast-offs, which, you got Dean Ambrose and Chris Jericho and
yeah, but
Dustin
those guys, to be fair, have made a name outside of WWE.
Right,
too.
I understand that. But if they sign even, say, mind-blowing number, conservatively, let's just say
5. I would say 5 would be mind-blowing.
Okay. I was going to say 50, but just... Okay.
Wow.
Okay, so say, because they have a weekly TV show now, but at the same time, they're going to pre-tape those shows to save money.
They're going to have a ton of fucking workers on
Wait,
there.
is it going to be live on
TV?
TV? Is it going to be live on TV?
I don't even know.
I don't know either.
But there are going to be a lot of tag team matches.
Right, so you're going to have
Playa.
to... So you're going to have to add tag teams, which is fine, but at the same time, you only have a certain amount of time allowed it. We're having that problem right now in WWE. There's too much talent on the roster to give them TV time.
Right.
So you think they're going to sign everyone up?
And they legitimately have 10 hours of TV a week.
Right. So you think they're going to sign every one of those guys up? No, they're not. They'll sign maybe, say 50 want to leave WWE, they'll sign Well, you said about 5.
And those 5 are going to be ones that are
Mid-cards.
Yeah, the guys that should have been more than mid-cards but aren't. The Dolph Zigglers.
Right.
To a lesser extent, the Kofi Kingstons, obviously he's kind of not there right now because he's the WWE champion.
Right.
But those type of guys, the Revival, they would fucking drop a shit ton of money for the Revival right now.
No, I get your point. So
those guys.
Yeah. So I mean, mind blowing. I'm just like, that's fucking stupid. Like,
in fact, I would see them getting 5 guys. Obviously the Revival, that's 2. I would grab without blinking Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows, and I'd probably grab Dolph Ziggler, and that's all I would bring in, because and make them kind of like the over.
Dolph, you could put right in the main event team.
All of them, yes, absolutely.
I mean, Dolph, you easily can just throw in there against like a Jericho or a Kenny Omega.
Absolutely,
and you can do that.
And you have this huge, robust tag team division.
You have Bucks, Lucha Bros. Say they bring in the Revival, just Revival Young Bucks, Revival Lucha Bro matches. I'm already coming.
Yeah,
I'm coming right now.
Actually, you are. Holy
I
shit!
am.
Get a fucking tissue. God damn.
All right.
But also, and even though you have those 3 teams, but you still have a deep roster of
Super Smash Bros.
Super Smash Brothers, Best Friends. Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus. The
Angelico and Jack Evans.
Yeah, they're a great tag team. They're all great tag teams, and they're also different types of tag teams. The Brawlers of the Super Smash Brothers, the High Flyers of Evans and Helico. You know, there's a lot of different potential great matchups, and every single one of them could be amazing. So
there's your mind-blowing 5 guys.
Yeah. So, well.
Oh, wait, I forgot to do something.
Please. Let's call it a night. Makes me feel good. So.
My notebook's getting pretty thin.
We're going to have to get another one soon.
I already have one.
So our next show, we will almost certainly talk about Dominion.
Yep.
Because I'm going to actually watch it by then. I hope. I should have enough time by then.
We're talking about Stomping Grounds?
We'll talk about Stomping Grounds. We probably... I really want to talk about our show coming up in August, our WNY PodCon. We're probably going to play around with what we're going to talk about. Obviously, our T-shirts are on the way. I've already gotten the order in for us, so they will be out soon. You can still pre-order shirts, but I can't guarantee you the size. I've ordered a short run of these, and if we get enough pre-orders, I'll make a second order for these. It is our I Hope You Step on a Lego t-shirt. You can get those on thewrestlingshow.com under the column merch. Additionally, like I said, we talk about WNY PodCon. That's August 3rd, 10 to 6. We're doing a live show. I will be there all day. Fat Man's going to be there till about 2-ish. So come join us. This is at the Frontier Fire Hall in Niagara Falls, New York. I will also be at the Rumble Pony Stadium for Excite Wrestling. That is September 1st. Tickets are at excitewrestling.com/shop. It's a double ticket. You get a ticket to the game that night and also a ticket to the wrestling show itself. It's going to be a big show, I think. And unfortunately, it's going to be very, very likely the last show for Excite for quite possibly the last, at least for the year, maybe forever. So, maybe,
whoa.
Yeah.
Wrestlers lie.
Legitimately, it is going to be the, it's not probably, it's definitely going to be the last show of the year. But it's, the New York State Athletic Commission's a fucking asshole. So people are kind of scared to run shows right now. So anything else?
Nope.
Shopgear.com. They're awesome.
Yes, they are. We gotta go. They are a affiliate link to Amazon. You just use the shopgear.com link, and then you get the same Amazon prices. You can use your Prime membership if you have that.
So, but for that's
Wiggles right at the end
just
of the
in
show.
time too.
Hey, Wiggies.
Awesome. Well, that's pretty much it for the show. So for Sleazy,
For the Fat Man.
this is the Wrestling Show. Thank you guys so much for listening. Peace.
I'm a truth that you seem to run from. I'm an army of one. I'm a clip in your gun. I'm the pain in the game. The bloodshed in your name. When there's nothing to gain, I'm a well-gone sad.
The preceding presentation has been brought to you by the Gear Network.
Hey everybody, how's it going? It's Ryan Wolf
Hey, Mr. Perez.
from the Better Live Than Dead podcast. You can catch the Better Live
What's
Than
up?
Dead
What's up?
podcast on the Gear Radio Network, betterlivethanddead.com, and wherever you get your podcasts.
That's right.
With that being said, hey, we talk about sports, we talk about music, we talk about entertainment.
I make things really awkward sometimes.
That sounds about right.
Uh-huh.
With that being said, though, as you always know, we are Better Live Than Dead.
You're not.
We'll catch you sometime very soon.